So, hello everyone. A good day. My name is Lester Avila Jr. and today we will be discussing about Europe. And with my colleagues, Miss Hanog Jacqueline and Miss Pobadora Michelle, and we are the group 3. So, let's explore Europe. So, Europe is the second smallest continent, and the name Europe or Europa is believed to be the Greek origin as it is the name of the princess in Greek mythology. The name Europe may also come from combining the Greek roots Eur or wide and op or seeing to form the phrase wide gazing. So Europe has been traditionally divided into regions based on location according to the 4 points of the compass. We have the Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, Western Europe, and the Northern Europe. So as you can see in the presentation, these are the many countries of Europe. So welcome to Northern Europe, and to start with, we have the Scotland. So Scotland is a country that is part of the United Kingdom, covering the northern third of the island of Great Britain. Scotland is the second largest country in the United Kingdom and accounted for 8% of the population in 2019. Scotland has a only land border. It's a 96 mile or 154 kilometer border with England to the southeast and is otherwise surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean to the north and west and North Sea to the northeast and east and the Irish Sea to the south. So for the short trivia about Scotland, Scotland is a home of the world's oldest tree, the Fortingal yew, which is estimated to be between 2,000 and 5,000 years old. So that's one of the oldest tree in the world. So for the current events of Scotland, they are now experiencing cost of living crisis. The cost of living crisis is having a significant impact on Scotland, with many people struggling to afford food and for their energy bills. Scottish government has announced a number of measures to help people with the cost of living crisis, but many people say that there are more needs to be done. So, the map location of Scotland. Scotland is located in the northern part of United Kingdom between 55 degrees and 02 minutes north and 60 degrees 50 minutes north latitude and 1 degree 46 minutes west and 6 degrees 14 minutes west longitude. And the coordinates of the capital of Scotland, which is Edinburgh, are 55.953252 degrees north, 3.188264 degrees west. And Scotland is made out of the mainland over 790 islands, including the Hebrides, Orkney, and Shetlands. So, for the flag of Scotland, the flag of Scotland is also known as the Saltire and is a white saltire X-shaped cross on the blue field. Is one of the oldest flags in the world and has been used as the flag of Scotland since the 12th century. The Saltire is thought to have originated as a symbol of Saint Andrew, the patron saint of Scotland. Saint Andrew was martyred by crucifixion on an X-shaped cross, and his symbol was adopted to the Scottish or by the Scottish people as a sign of their faith. The flag of Scotland was first used in the battle in 13th century, and it has been flown over Scottish soldiers in many wars and conflicts over the centuries. It is also used as a symbol of Scottish culture and heritage. And for the capital of Scotland, as I mentioned earlier ago, the capital of Scotland is Edinburgh. It is the second most populous city in Scotland after Glasgow and the seventh most populous city in the United Kingdom. Edinburgh is located on the Firth of Forth on the southern shore of the Firth of Forth in the historic region of Lothian, bounded on its southern side by the Petland Hills. So, the known cities of Scotland, we have here seven of them. Seven, two, four, six. Six of them. I have Glasgow. Glasgow is Scotland's largest city and known for its friendly people, vibrant nightlife, and world-class museums. Aberdeen, known for its oil industry, stunning beaches, and historic architecture. Dundee, known for its maritime history, museum, and universities. Stirling, known for its historic castle, Wallace Monument, and proximity to highlands. Perth, known for its beautiful scenery, historic buildings, and sporting events. Not but last but not the least is the Inverness, the capital of the Highlands, and known for its proximity to Loch Ness, Glencoe, and other popular tourist destinations. And for the language of Scotland, we have the three of them: English, Scots, and Scottish Gaelic. So, the main language spoken in Scotland is English, but there are two other languages that are also spoken: Scots and Scottish Gaelic. So, English is most widely spoken in language in Scotland, and it is the language used in government, education, and media. However, there are many people in the Scotland who speak with Scottish accent, which is different from English accent spoken to other parts of the UK. Scots is a German language that is closely related to English. It is spoken by around 1.5 million people in Scotland and is considered to be a regional language of the UK. Scots is used in a variety of contexts, including informal conversation, literature, and the arts. So, Scottish Gaelic. Scottish Gaelic is a Celtic language that is spoken by around 57,000 people in the Scotland. It is considered to be an indigenous language of Scotland, and it is protected by the UK government. And Scottish Gaelic is spoken in the Highlands and the islands of Scotland, and it is used in a variety of contexts, including education, the media, and the arts. So for the next slide, we can see here the known cities of Scotland. We have here the Glasgow, Aberdeen, Dundee, Stirling, and Perth. So the population of Scotland, according to the National Records of Scotland, as of December 2021, the population of Scotland is 5,473,400,000, and this represents an increase of 0.6% from the previous year. The population of Scotland is concentrated in the Central Belt, which includes the cities of Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dundee, and Stirling. And the Highlands and Islands of Scotland are less densely populated. And the population of Scotland is aging, with the median age now 40.2 years. This is due to a combination of factors, including a decline of birth rate and increase in the life expectancy. The population of Scotland is also becoming more diverse, with an increasing number of people from other parts of UK and overseas living in the country.
So, time difference. Philippines is 7 hours ahead of Scotland. So, if the time tonight is 7:28, in Scotland it's still in 12:28 p.m. The currency in Scotland, the unit of currency is the pound, which is used throughout the entire UK. 1 pound sterling equals to 69.13 Philippine peso. So the climate in Scotland has a temperate. So the weather can be very unpredictable in a temperate climate. So in Scotland, it can be rainy, sunny, windy, cold, and hot all in one day. So traveling visa. If you are EU, EEA, and a Swiss citizens, you can stay in the UK as a visitor for up to 6 months without a visa. If you are Irish citizen, you have no visa requirements and can travel to UK. But other foreign nationals might need to apply for a standard visitor visa. So, accessibility. Scotland is a relatively accessible country for people with disabilities. There are a number of organizations and businesses working to make Scotland more inclusive, and the government has a number of policies in the place to support people with disabilities. So here are some specific things to keep in mind when planning your trip to Scotland. First is transportation. So public transport in Scotland is generally very accessible, with wheelchair accessible and buses, trains, and ferries. There are also a number of accessible taxi services available. Next is the accommodation. There are a number of hotels and self-catering cottages in Scotland that are wheelchair accessible and have other features to support people with disabilities. And lastly is the tourist attraction. Many of Scotland's top attractions are now accessible, including museums, galleries, castles, and historic sites. There are also a number of accessible outdoor activities available such as hiking, cycling, and fishing. So traveling hours. An average direct flight from the Philippines to Scotland takes 30 hours and 10 minutes, covering a distance of 16,934 kilometers, and the most popular route is Manila to Aberdeen with an average flight time of 27 hours and 55 minutes. So there are four main airports operate on a commercial basis in Scotland. First is the Aberdeen International Airport, which is located in Dicey, suburb of Aberdeen, Scotland. As of 2023, 1 million people use the airport. Next is the Edinburgh Airport. So it is the busiest airport in Scotland and the primary point of arrival and departure for travelers visiting area. It is relatively small airport, and yet it is the busiest airport and the UK's sixth busiest. With 40 airlines operating and out of the airport, it can be particularly busy during the summer, over holiday periods, and during popular events like the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Next is the Glasgow Airport. It is also known as Glasgow International Airport, and the airport handled 8.84 million passengers and the second busiest in Scotland. Last is the Glasgow Prestwick Airport. So basically, there are two airports in Glasgow that share the same name, although one of them is known as Glasgow Prestwick Airport, and it is the oldest and offers the low-cost airlines operate from. Glasgow Prestwick is the fifth busiest airport in terms of passenger traffic, although it is the largest in terms of land area. So this is the Aberdeen, Glasgow, Edinburgh, and the Glasgow Prestwick Airport. And the Scotland Airlines, the Emirates, British Airways, American Airlines, and Ryanair. So Emirates elevates that journey to new heights. It is recognized as globally for its top-tier services. Emirates ensures that your Scottish adventure begins the moment you step on board. Beyond the spacious seating and world-class in-flight entertainment, this airline offers an array of gourmet dining options. This takes passengers on a culinary journey even before touching down on Scotland. And the American Airlines. If you're looking for the best airlines from the US to Scotland, American Airlines is no stranger to those who frequent the skies, as it is one of the largest carriers in the United States. It's offer a blend of comfort, reliability, and service that many travelers have come to trust. British Ways, often fondly referred to as BA, is synonymous with British elegance and, aviation excellence. It carries the flag of the United Kingdom. It has been connecting to the world to the British Isles for decades, and Scotland is no exception. They also operate flights to various destinations within the UK and internationally. Lastly is the Ryanair. It is another significant European low-cost airline with numerous routes to and from Scotland. Scottish traditional and famous street food. So first is these are their traditional food. First one is the haggis, porridge, soups and spice, fish and chips, Scottish eggs. So haggis is their national dish. It is made by blending boiled sheep offal with onions, oatmeal, sweat, and stock, then stuffing this mixture into sheep's stomach. It is traditionally served with nips and tatties, which means mashed turnips and potatoes, and whiskey sauce. Next is porridge. It is their breakfast of champions. Porridge has always been a cheap, easy way to warm yourself in the morning and fill up for day. It's also called as proper Scotch porridge and is made with ground oats, the real kind, not the quick cooking variety, and water, and cooked slowly in a hob with a pinch of salt. And traditionally, that's it. But some people add honey or syrup to sweeten the flavor. It depends on your Next is the soups and spice. Soups has always been an easy, hearty Scottish staple. Colin skink is the famous soup in Scotland, and it is made with smoked fish, leeks, and potatoes, while Scottish broth is made with barley, seasonal vegetable, and braising cuts of lamb or barley. Pies, on the other hand, were once thought of as a decadent luxury, but now Scotch pies are a cheap snack often enjoyed at football matches. Last one is the Scottish delicacy, which is called as Scotch eggs. It is are hard-boiled eggs wrapped in a layer of seasoned sausage meat, coated in breadcrumbs, and then deep-fried until golden brown. This handheld delight offers a savory, protein-packed treat that's perfect for a quick, on-the-go snack. This is one of their staples. Scottish famous street foods. Gourmet hot dogs, venison burger, pakora, sticky toffee pudding, Scottish tablet, ice cream from Mary's Milk Bar. These gourmet hot dogs are sure to satisfy your cravings. And the venison burger is a must-try delicacy made from succulent, locally sourced venison meat. These burgers are cooked to perfection and served with a variety of toppings. Pakora is a popular street food snack in Edinburgh. These deep-fried fritters are made from vegetables like onions, spinach, and potatoes, mixed with chickpea flour and spices, crispy on the outside and tender in the inside. Pakora is a delightful vegetarian option that bursts with flavor. And also, satisfy your sweet tooth with a serving of sticky toffee pudding. This indulgent dessert is a rich, moist sponge cake smothered in a luscious toffee sauce, a perfect end to a delicious meal. This dessert in an absolute try while in Edinburgh. This popular sweet system is widely available across street food stalls in Edinburgh. And last one is for sugar treat on the go. Look no further than Scottish Stablet. This is traditional confection is made with sugar, butter, and condensed milk, creating a crumbly melt in your mouth delight. It's the ideal snack to keep you organized as you explore the city's landmarks.
So, I'm the next reporter, Michelle Puendora. So, the dress code or national costume, the plaid and kilt form the only national costume in the British Isles that is worn for ordinary purposes, rather than merely for special occasions. It is where um, they wear Highland dress is also the uniform of Scottish regiments in the British Army, and kilts have been worn in battle as recently as World War II. And then those and don'ts, and then the do's when you go to Scotland, using phrases such as please and thank you is expected. And then number two, when asking for assistance or directions, it's recommended to begin with excuse me or sorry to bother you, to have a good etiquette when you go to Scotland. And then number three, do tell bartenders exactly what you want, and you is specific to the word you say, so that the bartenders um, know what you want. And then the don'ts, don't take shots of whiskey. And when you go to Scotland, and then don't claim to be Scottish, because it is rude to them when you claim as Scottish. And then number three, don't complain about bad weather, because you can predict the weather, it is bad or good, so don't complain. And then number four, don't overwhelm the highlands and islands, because it is something offensive to them if you so overwhelmed and so excited like that. And there are I mean man-made attractions in Scotland, the Stirling Castle, Edinburgh Castle, Balmoral Castle, and Dunrubin Castle in Scotland. This is are the top man-made attractions in Scotland. And then there are top natural attractions in Scotland, the Loch Ness, and then Isle of Skye, and Loch Lomond, and Lusken Tar Sands. And these are this is the political views of the Scottish National Party. So when I search the political views of Scottish, it is the largest political party in Scotland. So in terms of both seats in the Westminster and Holyrood parliaments, the membership as of April 24, 2023, the party had 74,889 members. It currently has a 43 members of parliament, so it calls MPS, and then 64 members of the Scottish Parliament. It is called MSPS, and over 450 local councillors. So these are the leisure activities when you go to Scotland. So you you hear the fishing, and then surfing, mountain biking, canyoning, and bungee jumping. And this is the example of the surfing, fishing, and bungee jumping. And so the other leisure activities is common, so I don't include the pictures na.